Why is ECOWAS more stringent against Niger? No, ECOWAS is not more stringent against Niger. ECOWAS has decided to put a stop to the spate of coup d'etats that we have been witnessing in the sub-region. And they have therefore decided to implement the instruments that are already in existence and to which all member states have subscribed. Nowhere has ECOWAS indicated that at the end of the 7-day deadline, military force will be the only option. Nowhere. If you look at the decisions, the decision says the authority of heads of state and government will employ all measures to restore constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. And these measures may include the use of force. I invite all colleagues to have a relook at the decision as well as the communique. It's so when we say the decision of heads of state and government has been taken out of context, this is what we refer to. We say all measures which may include the use of force, and now only the use of force was extracted and then blown out. So this is why we are saying it is taken out of proposal. The use of force is still on the table, as provided for by ECOWAS instruments. These instruments are old instruments, as you will see, as you have heard me say. They date as far back as the 2000s, the 1990s, and these instruments have been subscribed to by all ECOWAS member states, including the Republic of Niger. So if we have no problem with the instruments, we should not have any problem with the implementation of the instruments. The fact that all of us can travel around in West Africa without visas, we can trade without tariffs, are part of our instruments that our community has taken, just like they have taken this particular instrument. And I think I have listed about 5 or 4 of them. And they don't date today. They date as far back as 12 years ago or even older. So their implementation is what the heads of state have decided on now. And the measures provided for in those instruments include the use of force. So it is very much on the table, as are other measures that we are working on. Refugees and displaced persons, these are really the victims of the unconstitutional action that some members of the military have decided to take in Niger. So we should all work to ensure that the actions that they have taken do not impact on the ordinary people, let alone on the refugees and displaced persons.
My biggest fear right now is that because of the African Continental Free Trade Area, we have now put a system in place where if we do not wake up to the reality, we are going to be handing Africa back to the colonizers, this time on a silver platter. Who has the funds to build the transcontinental highway? It's not us, Black people. Who has the funds and the capacity to bring about the development, to build the ports, to build the infrastructure that is required? It is not us. So who are the companies that are getting the contracts to implement the African Continental Free Trade Area? They're Chinese companies. They're Middle Eastern companies. They're European companies. They're Indian companies. It's everybody else except us. I have not seen a push to promote Africans coming together as a continent I've not seen a push to line up the opportunities and say 60% of these must be occupied, must be run. These contracts must be given to Africans, must be given to Black people. I've not seen that document that's demanding that X amount must stay with the people. That is where I see the problem going to be. If we do not manage the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, we are going to be handing Africa back to the colonizers, this time on a silver platter. That is my fear, and I hope it does not come to fruition. We need to make sure that we speak very strongly to it. We need a document that says, at a minimum, 60% of all the contracts must go to the Africans.